I grew up in a time when you fell and cut yourself, you just
Rub some dirt on it and walk it off.
Your dad would tell you things like, if you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about. I had a coach that used to tell us when we were laying there, got hit in the groin, blowing your thumb and keep running.
There's no crying in baseball!
So why am I telling you this? All of my problems started showing signs back in July, 9 months ago. On 4th of July, I was in Reading, Pennsylvania. I got to the Consignee, shut down, and I found a really nice bike trail, and on 4th of July day, got up and went to go ride my bike. When I started riding my bike, I started feeling chest pains, real tightness in my chest, very hard to breathe.
What did he just say?
But it was not radiating anywhere else. It wasn't going down my arms, down my legs. I wasn't having heartburn. I wasn't sweating profusely. I felt normal other than I just couldn't breathe.
Are you a doctor?
So I felt like I could just kind of ride through it and get better. So I did about 25 miles of riding, and I didn't necessarily get better.
Really?
I think it was 4 days later, I was in Michigan, and I went and rode my bike. And again, I had the same kind of pain and tightness of chest, but again, no other symptoms or other signs, and I just didn't feel that I was having a heart attack or dying.
You're killing me, Smalls!
I did that ride. I rode probably about 30 miles that day. Again, the following week, I rode my bike. I rode my bike quite a bit through the summer.
Dumbass.
And I just continued through that. As a matter of fact, you know, based on that video, I did 13 tarp loads in a row this summer. Throughout all of those, I did experience some type of chest pain.
Not too bright, though.
I was able to manage the pain at some level and still was able to ride my bike and continue doing my job. When I was on home time in December, I told my mom, and she...
You're going to the doctor.
Freaked out. She, demanded that I go see a heart specialist, somebody that my family's well in tune with. So I set up an appointment. I could not get into his office until February for an appointment.
Next in line?
February 20th, I came back home and talked to the doctor. He did a checkup on me, and
Open your mouth, say ah.
his feeling is that I probably had some kind of blockage in my heart, and that my heart has grown arteries around it.
Well, that's not good.
Which is not a good thing.
I just said that.
With Melton, I always get a blood check every year, and there's nothing out of abnormal in it, so I felt I was doing fine.
Short bus.
Anyway, what he said was we need to do some tests, and he wanted me to do 3 tests: an ultrasound, a stress test, and a CTI scan. So I was able to do the ultrasound, set up that appointment for the day after that. So I set that up for February 21st. But the other 2, I couldn't get those until April. The stress test on April 12th and the CT on April 18th. And then I had another appointment with the doctor on the 19th.
That's a long time. Yeah.
On the 21st, went back to the doctor, and I did the ultrasound. And basically, ultrasound is just like what you see when a woman, when they do the ultrasound to observe the baby in the mother's womb. They did that on the side of my chest, on both sides, and what that did was they could go in there and see the arteries and see the heart and see where the blockage might be. And they also did it on my carotid artery on both sides of my neck. Test came back. There was no blockage whatsoever on my neck. My right side had 0 blockage, and on my left side, there was 23% of abnormal.
Sweet!
I rode my bike when my truck broke down in March. I rode it in Russellville, Kentucky. I rode it somewhere else, but I can't remember where that was. But anyway, and then, of course, I went through some snow and went and saw the doctor on the 12th and did the stress test. And in the stress test, you're on a treadmill. They've got all these probes all hooked onto your chest and monitoring you.
I'm on the treadmill taking the stress test, okay?
And you go through 3 minutes, and every 3 minutes, the treadmill, the incline, and the speed moves. until I was basically at a jog. And once I got into the jog, my heart started hurting and I was done. I didn't want to go through all that. I asked him, "You got what you need?" "Yes." So I quit after 10 minutes on the treadmill. And the doctor did not call me to say, "Hey, you need to come in." So I just continued doing my
life!
mowed my dad's yard, helped him with things, picked up stuff, took it upstairs, downstairs, just continued doing what I do normally. And then on the 18th, I did the CTI scan and went to the heart hospital, and they put me into a machine and literally just ran me in there for like a second. I literally wasn't in there more than a minute. I swear it was the quickest thing. And came out, and then on the 19th, I spoke with the doctor, and he said, "Listen, everything is coming up negative to have any concerns."
Yes! 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 Yeah!
But my concern is your stress test and you not being able to breathe, having chest pain.
What?
So we discussed it, and he felt that that he wanted to be proactive, and he felt that what we should do is go in with a camera into my body, into my heart.
You want to do what?
And look in there. And if he did see something that wasn't being shown in any of the tests that I had done, that it needed a stent, he'd put a stent in at that point, and we would be done moving down the road. The next available appointment to go do that procedure was May 3rd. And in the meantime, he prescribed a drug for me.
Drug user! Drug user!
And I started taking that drug. Basically, that drug's in the nitroglycerin family. So I was taking that twice a day, and man, I started feeling really good. So the 10 days I was back out on the road, because I had to come back for this procedure for May 3rd, and I felt good. I did some tarp jobs. I actually ran 3 miles.
Run, Forrest, run!
One day because I was feeling really good, and I did. I ran. I felt good. I even did it in my steel-toe boots.
You think you don't?
But medication doesn't necessarily cure you. It may mask the problem.
Cure me! Cure me!
And that's exactly what that was doing.
Oh.
Got back home on May 1st, which was a Monday, and on Wednesday, May 3rd, went into the heart hospital, got set up for the procedure. And basically, after a bit, the doctor came in and explained what had gone on.
What happened?
He went in there and shot dye in there, and then sent the camera in there, and did not find any blockage.
Oh, happy day.
Here's where my heart stands right now.
Oh, goody.
On the right side of my heart, I have 0 blockage.
Nice.
And on the left side of my heart, I have 2 arteries. One has 20% and one has 30% blockage. And that is nothing.
Really?
Whenever they are going to go in and put a stent or a balloon in there, you have to have 70% or more blockage before they'll do that. So I wasn't even in the range to get a stent in there, but I had a problem.
All right, do tell.
So my problem, what they found is that the main artery, which supplies the blood to the heart and is also nicknamed the Widowmaker, because when that one's blocked, your chances of survival are pretty nil, and most people die from it. Hence the Widowmaker.
Beast of vengeance, maker of widows.
Well, mine had 99% blockage. Now, why didn't they fix it? It wasn't clogged with plaque or anything like that. What happened is
I'm all ears.
your arteries have 3 layers to it: an outside layer, a middle layer, and an inner layer. So the inner layer of that artery on me unspooled. Basically, it unraveled. Kind of take a spool of wire or whatever, and you pull it like this. Well, that's exactly what mine did, and it runs down the artery.
Oh my. Oh my! Yes, oh my!
Basically, the doctor looked at me and goes, "I don't even know why you're alive." And he didn't say it once. He didn't say it twice. He said it 5 times to me. He said, there's some reason, but the man upstairs does not want you, and I have no idea why you're here. Anybody in your condition should be dead. What he thinks happened is that when it spiraled, if it had spiraled farther down, he said I would probably be dead. But there's a Y where another artery goes, and it got stuck right there. And so right there where it's stuck is where the 1% of the blood flow is going through to the left side of my heart. And it's backed up at the other side.
Is he serious?
And he looked at me and goes, and I've told you could go ride your bike. And I mean it. The last thing he turned and said, you can't do anything. You can't do anything now. You're done. You can't drive. You can't go, don't ride your bike. You can't do anything right now because anything could kill you.
Maybe you need a timeout.
So where are we at today?
I have no idea.
What he has recommended and suggested is that I need to go to another thoracic specialist that deals in robotic heart surgery. In the old days, they used to split your breastbone, spread you open.
Gross.
Go in, fix your heart, put you back together, step you back up. They don't really do that anymore.
Oh, good.
They use a robotic system, but basically what they would end up doing is coming into the side, on both sides of my chest, through the ribs, and with robotic arms, basically, the doctor won't even be over the table. He'd be sitting in a chair in a robotic system with joysticks and foot pedals. But where I'm at right now is in limbo. That doctor, my doctor gave him all the stuff the day after, and I've already been set up for a pre-appointment with that doctor, but that's not till May 13th. I've got, what's today? I've got, what is today? I've got like 11 days to wait to go to it.
Well, shit.
I hope you enjoyed this, and man, I apologize if there's too many ums and sums and so's and whatever in it. I'm really still trying to wrap my brain around this whole thing, and really trying to come to terms with a lot of the things that are going on right now. I've been, like I said, I've been a very lucky person all my life, and I have been very fortunate and very blessed. And so I don't really know, what to think about all this right now. But it's a lot for me to take in right now, and and I have to, I need to think about it and evaluate it and do the right things, right? And do the right things. So that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, until the next one, I'll see you later.